Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to this session. In this session, we are going to continue with our discussion of the poem The Bangle Sellers by Sarojini Naidu. And here in this video, we will be doing stanzas 3 and 4. So, stanza 3. Some are like fields of sunlit corn, meet for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of her marriage fire, or rich with the hue of her heart's desire, tinkling, luminous, tender, and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. So let us first understand the key words used in this particular stanza. Now here, fields of sunlit corn. Now the fields of sunlit corn refers to the golden yellow color of the bangles. So when you see the fields of corn where the rays of the sun are reflected, they appear to be yellow in color. So therefore the fields of sunlit corn refers to the golden yellow color of the bangles. Flame of her marriage fire. Now flame of her marriage fire refers to the reddish yellow bangles and the sacredness of marriage. Tinkling is the sound produced by a small bell, but here it is the sound produced by the bangles. Luminous means shining, tender, soft, and then again bridal laughter. Now this particular phrase, bridal laughter, here the poet makes a reference to the happiness and blissfulness a bride experiences while getting married. Bridal tear is suggestive of the sadness that accompanies a bride while leaving her parental abode or while leaving her parents' house. Now let us try to understand stanza 3. In this particular stanza, the bangle sellers describe the bangles that are suitable for a bride on her bridal morning. Some of these bangles are yellow, like the fields of sunlit corn. Now the cornfields is a proof of Mother Nature's fertility, and these cornfields are symbolic of the fertility of a young girl who is yet to be married. The bride also likes golden red bangles, which are just like the flame of her marriage fire, around which she takes marriage vows with her groom. The flame-like color of bangles not only reflects the sacredness of marriage, but it also symbolizes the flame of love in marriage. They are expressive of the passion in her heart, which is suggestive of her dreams and hopes as a newly wedded bride. Now they create a ringing sound. These bangles, they create a ringing sound as the bride walks. The red bangles indicate her heart's desire and passion for her new life as a bride and wife. Now these bangles are described as tinkling, shining, delicate, and pure, like the laughter of the bride as she is getting married, or the tear of the bride because she weeps at the separation from her parents. Now the use of bridal laughter and bridal tears in the last line of this stanza, it represents both the excitement of a bride at the thought of new beginning of her life as a wife, and it also expresses the grief of separation that the bride is going to experience after her marriage, because she will be separated from her parents. So this stanza therefore points out the transition that a woman makes from a maiden daughter to a wife. So the second stage is that of a wife. And here we see the maiden of the second stanza being transformed into a wife. Now let us move to the next stanza, the fourth stanza, which is the last stanza of the poem. Here the poet says, "Some are purple and gold flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fair sons on her faithful breast, and serves her household in fruitful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's sides." Now here the key word is gold flecked grey, which is yet another type of bangles. So gold flecked grey means gold is sprinkled on grey color, and here that grey is symbolic of maturity that comes with age. Now let us try to understand the stanza. Now this is the final stanza of the poem, and in this stanza the bangle sellers talk about the bangles that are purple and gold flecked grey. Now these bangles are perfect for middle-aged women who have journeyed halfway through life and who have raised their children and family. These bangles are suitable for a mother who has cherished, loved, and cradled her sons, and for a wife who takes care of her household and sits at her husband's side while worshipping. These women have fulfilled their household duties, their domestic duties with pride and commitment. In this stanza, thus the poet extols the qualities of a good wife and mother. If white and blue colored bangles are suitable for an innocent maiden's wrist, and yellow and red bangles are fit for a bride on her wedding, then purple and gold flecked grey bangles are suitable for a woman who has journeyed through life midway. In the last stanza, one comes to know that the maiden turned bride has now experienced all the aspects of being a woman. Therefore, this stanza has pride etched in it. That is why the colors chosen for her bangles are purple and gold flecked grey. The specks of grey add the touch of maturity that comes with age. In fact, the last stanza sums up the poet's idea of perfect Indian woman. She is not only a mother whose greatness and glory is stressed, but an equal partner in the maintenance of family relationships. Thus, the entire poem is a tribute to Indian women and their beauty and grace. It is a celebration of their femininity as it threads various stages of a woman's life, and it also portrays the cultural wealth of India. It also acknowledges the significance of bangles and the part played by bangle sellers in the customs and traditions of India. Now let us try to understand the images used in the poem. Now imagery refers to words and phrases used to help the readers to form images that focus on the sense such as smell, touch, sight, hearing and taste. Now when words and phrases are used in the poem so that it helps the readers to create images in their mind that focuses on their senses like smelling, touch, sight, hear and taste, etc., then it is known as imagery. Now the most prominent image in this poem is the visual imagery, which is presented by the use of color symbols. Now colors represent different moods and aspects of life. It is a powerful means to express human feelings. The imagery of rainbow tinted bangles is used to refer to multicolored bangles pointing towards the hopes, dreams, youthfulness, and aspirations of a woman. Again, if you see, the visual imagery of mountain mist is also very profound, as the mist on the mountains can be appreciated with its changing color, which is sometimes silver and sometimes blue. The purple colored bangles with gold flecked grey are also very visual and symbolic. Purple is a color which indicates power, authority, pride, and dignity, and gold flecked grey is more of a sober color which indicates experience and wisdom. Thus, the woman wearing purple bangles has gained maturity, reared all her children with love, and at last has achieved the fullness of her role as a wife and mother. Besides this visual imagery, the poet has also made use of auditory imagery, means those images that appeal to the sense of hearing. And this auditory imagery is found in words and phrases like tinkling, bridal laughter, and bridal tear. Okay. So, this is all about the poem The Bangle Sellers. I hope you all have understood the poem. If there are any doubts, you can put across your doubts in the live interactive session. So, thank you for watching. Stay blessed.